In a world where soundtracks have become the soul of visual storytelling, a single song can transform an ordinary scene into something unforgettable, echoing through the chambers of memory long after the screen fades to black. The new season of The Summer I Turned Pretty has just done exactly that. With its signature blend of hazy nostalgia and raw teenage tenderness, the show continues to dive deep into the swirling emotions of adolescence, exploring the tangled webs of first love, painful goodbyes, family bonds, and the ever-persistent quest for self-discovery. At the very heart of it all lies music, not as background noise, but as a vivid character in its own right. This time it's FRI, a heartfelt pop-R&B track that takes center stage, weaving seamlessly into the emotional narrative. The song, already added to the official Spotify playlist of the series, marks yet another example of how music and television are blending to create something richer than the sum of their parts. The Summer I Turned Pretty has never been just a story about a girl torn between two boys. It is, at its core, a story about becoming, about how we fracture and rebuild ourselves in the crucible of youth. It's about the warmth of a sun-drenched memory, the sting of betrayal, and the complicated love we carry for family. Season after season, the series unfolds like a diary cracked open on a sandy beach, full of confessions scribbled in ink and tear-stained pages that chronicle the chaos of growing up. In the latest season, this emotional tapestry is underscored by FRI, a track that captures the precise moment when the line between friendship and something deeper begins to blur, when the innocent comfort of knowing someone too well starts to feel electric with possibility. There's a delicious tension in that liminal space, and the song captures it with lyrical finesse and emotional precision. The wordplay in the title, FRI, is not just clever, it's a dagger wrapped in silk. It reflects the central question of a key scene in episode 1, where Steven, Belly's protective yet emotionally complex older brother, shares a vulnerable moment with Taylor, her vivacious and fiercely loyal best friend. The tension between Steven and Taylor has always simmered below the surface, masked by playful jabs and sarcastic remarks. But in this scene, bathed in the soft golden light of a summer evening and underscored by the haunting vocals of FRI, everything changes. The subtext becomes text. The silence becomes charged. Suddenly we're not just watching a show, we're feeling it. Every viewer is transported to that universal moment, the heart-racing instant when you realize a friend is looking at you differently, and maybe you're looking back. And it's not the first time music has elevated a Prime Video show into something transcendent. Just a few months ago, V of BTS, known for his velvety voice and introspective lyricism, collaborated with rising R&B artist UMI on the ethereal track, Wherever You Are. That song found its home in the final episode of the critically acclaimed series Harlem, another Prime Video gem. Played during an emotionally charged scene, Wherever You Are didn't just accompany the narrative, it enhanced it. The track's delicate balance of longing and hope paralleled the character's journey, adding layers of nuance to an already powerful moment. It was subtle but unmistakable, the kind of music placement that doesn't just get noticed, it gets remembered. These inclusions are more than just soundtracks, they're cultural touchstones. They signal a broader shift in the way K-pop, and specifically artists like V, are being embraced not just as chart-topping musicians, but as emotional storytellers with a global reach. In The Summer I Turned Pretty, V's musical style, emotionally vulnerable, slightly melancholic, always sincere, feels like a spiritual sibling to the show's themes. His solo work, characterized by its warmth and introspection, speaks to the complexities of youth in a way few others can. Whether it's a song about yearning for love, cherishing fleeting connections, or standing on the threshold of adulthood, V's music resonates with the stories these shows are trying to tell. He doesn't just sing to be heard, he sings to be felt. And FRI is a perfect embodiment of that emotional potency. It tells the story of a friendship on the verge of metamorphosis, of late-night texts that linger a little too long, of inside jokes that start feeling like secrets. The lyrics tread softly but deliberately, capturing the tension of almost kisses, of touches that pause just a second too long, of hearts not quite ready to leap, but no longer content to wait. It's a soundtrack for anyone who's ever wondered, do they feel it too? It's a musical diary entry of hesitation and hope, the kind that makes the chest ache in the best way. What makes its placement in the Summer I Turned Pretty so impactful is the careful orchestration of tone and emotion. The show has always excelled at blending sweetness with sorrow, giving viewers moments of joy wrapped in melancholy. The love triangle between Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah may be the driving force of the plot, but it's the smaller, quieter relationships that often deliver the most devastating emotional punches. Steven and Taylor's moment, set to FRI and S, is one of those punches. It's the kind of scene that doesn't shout, it whispers. And in that whisper lies a universe of feeling. By adding FRI and DS to its official Spotify playlist, the show acknowledges what fans already knew. This song is not just part of the background. It is a narrative device, a character in its own right. It's a continuation of the dialogue, a monologue set to melody. And for many viewers it becomes a personal anthem, a reflection of their own stories, memories, and maybe even heartbreaks. When fans listen to the playlist later, they're not just revisiting the music, they're revisiting the feelings. It's a cycle of emotional echo that makes modern storytelling so immersive. V's increasing presence in Western media is not accidental. As a soloist, he has carved a space for himself that feels both intimate and expansive. His voice, rich, expressive, often tinged with nostalgia, brings a cinematic quality to every track. Songs like Wherever You Are and FRI and S aren't just listened to, they're experienced. And when these songs appear in shows like Harlem and The Summer I Turned Pretty, they do more than just showcase his vocal ability, they highlight his emotional range. They reinforce his identity as not just a performer, but as an artist with something real to say. This cross-pollination of music and visual media also signals something larger about the cultural landscape. It speaks to a generation that doesn't see music and storytelling as separate things, but as threads of the same tapestry. Viewers want more than just plot. They want atmosphere. They want to feel the story in their bones. And the right song at the right moment can do just that. It can pull tears from eyes, laughter from lips, memories from the deepest corners of the soul. It's why we replay scenes. It's why we share clips. It's why a single note can transport us back to a specific moment in our own lives. In many ways, The Summer I Turned Pretty is the perfect vessel for these kinds of musical moments. Its story is timeless yet current. It's about the way we carry our summers with us. Not in photo albums but in heartbeats. And music, especially music as emotionally attuned as V's, becomes the heartbeat of the show. It elevates each scene, deepens each emotion, and lingers in the air like the scent of salt water and sunscreen long after the credits roll. So when viewers hear FRI and DS drift in during that pivotal moment between Steven and Taylor, they're not just hearing a song. They're hearing a confession. They're hearing years of friendship trembling on the edge of something more. They're hearing every what if and maybe someday come alive. And whether it ends in heartbreak or in love, the song captures that sacred moment of uncertainty, that breathless, beautiful pause before everything changes. In the end, that's what makes these collaborations so powerful. They remind us that music and story are not two different things. They are the same thing told in different languages. And when artists like V bring their music into the world of television, they're not just providing a soundtrack. They're giving us a new way to feel, a new way to remember, a new way to grow.